You got me.
Yeah. There we are. So, what's your name?
Alexander.
Alexander. So, this house, you helped build it?
I helped plastering at the end, yeah. He'd built it. I'd visited it quite a few years ago, but I just helped him on the end doing some of the plastering on these walls.
Yeah.
At the end. I've been building eco houses for about 25 years, different countries.
What countries have you been?
Ireland, America, Scotland, this country, Slovenia. Yeah, different types of eco spaces. This one's particularly good because it's a cob, and he's just dug the cob from that hole over there, and he's just like thrown it up, and it's amazing what a farmer can do. It's just with a few machines and just himself. I think he pretty much built it himself over a couple of years. I think about 4 years. But this is quite traditional around here, cob. Not on this sort of scale, but a lot of the barns around here are cob, which is a traditional building style in Dartmoor. Where it's just soil, basic soil mixed with a bit of grass and a bit of straw and a bit of mud.
Yeah.
And they just mix it, tamp it down, and then you can build the walls up slowly, and then obviously put the timber in, put all the floors in. But yeah, it's a great example, this one. I live in the country because I don't like being around all the EMF, electromagnetics these days. The cities are crazy now with all the smart meters and all the masts everywhere. I'm electrosensitive, so I feel all these frequencies and I don't want to be around it. So I've also been building eco spaces for about 30 years because I like my first house actually I built in the west of Ireland. It took me 3 weeks and cost me £70. And after I built that I thought, well, I don't really want to live in a box anymore. You know what I mean? And when you can build a house so quickly and so cheaply, I realised that a lot of this stuff, how we live, is just making people live in boxes, live in towns, when you can so easily build houses when you can get around the planning. Obviously the planning is an issue in a lot of places, but in a lot of other countries you can build whatever you want. This country, Dartmoor particularly, is particularly difficult with the parks. They're very restrictive on what you can build. I think Chris had to fight for quite a while to get this approved, and now they show it. The parks show it off to all their folks. You know what I mean? Which is ironic, you know. But yeah, this has just got a grass roof on this, which is great because it just changes with the seasons. Very low maintenance. The insulation is probably, I suppose, about 2 foot of soil.
Yeah, you're sorry about
which
that.
is pretty thick. I think it's underfloor heating, this house.
Yeah.
Keeps pretty cosy. The outside is like a lime render, and then like a lime paint on the outside, which is pretty good. I mean, it will last for quite a while. You'd have to paint it every couple of years, probably every 5 years. I think probably put some more lime wash on the outside. But I think the windows are all oak, so they're going to last for ages. Should last for a long time, this place. You know, I really encourage people to build places like this, and also there's a lot of workshops now around the country where you can go and volunteer and take part in building spaces, and which is a great way to learn because you're meeting cool people and you're learning loads of skills about how to build houses yourself. And a lot of, I think our world now is geared to getting people in jobs, into silly jobs, and then you've got to get a mortgage. And then, you know, houses are so expensive, and what do you get? Some toxic box with a smart meter. It's like, no thanks. I'd much rather encourage people to build houses like this, work in the country, do workshops with people, because it's a great skill set to learn, to be able to learn. It's very empowering to be able to learn how to build your own house. And also it's a great sense of community when you're hanging out with people, learning these skills. And you realise that you don't have to be just earning being in some silly job and then paying rent for the rest of your life, or just having some ridiculously high mortgage where you're just like indebted to a system that is just corrupt, basically. What else would you like me to say? You can edit some of